This is the high point here, the tallest point here, but now the high point of the show is I'm taking you directly into the OnePlus factory.
यहाँ पे है मेरे पास में बहुत ही कमाल सा बड़ा बॉक्स जो कि आता है OnePlus की तरफ से। तो
this video will be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this OnePlus 9 RT.
Finally, OnePlus 9 series.
OnePlus का नया 10 Pro आ चुका है
And OnePlus Nord arrived recently and there's a lot of hype around it.
Okay, one.
Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about where OnePlus gone wrong which results in hype of nothing. Now this video is divided into 8 parts, namely how OnePlus conquered the Indian market, the fall of OnePlus, that fall which gave rise to Nothing, Nothing Ear 1, Nothing Phone 1, the competition that Nothing will face in the near future, the controversy that gave fire on Twitter, and lastly the resources which are very important. Okay, now let's talk about the part 1, how OnePlus conquered the Indian market. Before OnePlus came into the picture, more than half of the population in India uses Android and iOS mobiles like Samsung and Apple. Now, let me give you a brief history of the OnePlus. OnePlus is founded on 16 December 2013 by Oppo Vice President Patty Liu and Carl Pei. The first device, OnePlus One, was unveiled on 23 April 2014, which is claimed to be the 2014 flagship killer. In 2018, the launch of the OnePlus 60 tested the success by setting a Guinness World Record title, that is the most people unboxing a phone simultaneously. OnePlus 60 became the second best-selling premium smartphone in 2018. In 2018, OnePlus holds 40% in India market share, retaining its number 1 position, whereas to the surprise, Samsung stood at 35% and the Apple at 14%, pulling down to the 3rd position. A study claimed that the degree of the consumer satisfaction is the highest with the Oxygen OS from OnePlus, that is 74%, followed by the Apple iOS, that is 72%. Now that being said, the heart of the OnePlus success was an Oxygen OS. In 2019, the company made a premium sarcasm tweet and asked to Siri, which is nothing but the Google Assistant of Apple, that which is India's number 1 smartphone. So it was all good. The company was at the top of the Indian smartphone market. The OnePlus was now the first choice of the people who want to have an Android smartphone, until the company made a biggest blunder, and that leads to the part 2, the fall of OnePlus. Before I start this, let me clear that BBK Electronics Corporation is the parent company of Oppo and Vivo. Oppo's subsidiary include OnePlus and Realme, and on the other side, Vivo's subsidiary include iQOO. In 2021, OnePlus merged the Oxygen OS codebase with the Color OS in a bid to deliver faster updates, and the interface is identical to what you will find on any Oppo phone today, and that was a big blunder by the OnePlus. As earlier mentioned, the heart of the OnePlus success was Oxygen OS. The company's biggest unique selling point was the differentiated software, and that's no longer the case. OnePlus now was working with Oppo to introduce a new unified OS that will launch with OnePlus 10, and this gave rise to Nothing, which is our part 3, the fall which gave rise to Nothing.
You might have followed the whole startup story of this new company founded by Carl Pei.
For this guy to then leave OnePlus and start a new company in the same lane, you must be sure that he can make something even better.
In 2020, after nearly 7 years at OnePlus, Carl Pei made the difficult decisions to say goodbye to the company. In an interview, Carl Pei said that he plans to take some time off before pursuing his next step, and the next step was nothing but the Nothing brand. In 2021, Carl Pei, the former co-founder of the Chinese smartphone maker OnePlus, has formed a new consumer tech company called Nothing. In January 21, Pei made a sarcastic tweet about his upcoming venture. So this was a clear hint that the Nothing brand is going to compete in the tech industry. So the company made its first product called as Nothing Earphone, which leads to our part 4, Nothing Ear 1. In July 21, Nothing earphones launched with a transparent body. Now very important, as earlier mentioned, the unique selling point of OnePlus was a minimal Oxygen OS, and the same applies to Nothing Ear 1. Here, the transparent back was something unique. As far as Indian market is concerned, the price is around Rs 6,000, which puts it into a premium category. Even after the launch, there was no hype in India about the company because of 2 important factors. Number 1, the price was very high. In India, you can have a truly wireless earbuds under 1,000 rupees. So majority of the people will think 10 times to get this. Number 2, startup phobia. People always tend to have a startup phobia. What if the company dies? What about after sales services? So Year 1 were all good, however they failed to create the hype about Nothing brand, which is made by the Nothing Phone 1, and that leads to our part 5, Nothing Phone 1. In March 2022, the company gave a hint to the community regarding the next products. Now, there are either two possibilities. Number 1, a smartwatch. Assuming since the brand has opted for earphones in the past, it will go for this, and at the end maybe a complete smartphone. That makes sense, right? To launch all the ancillary products and finally the main product. Or else directly giving to the people what they want, that is nothing but the smartphone.
So, you've heard about our real vision and our ecosystem plans. But there's something we haven't shown you yet. What's gonna power it? Naturally, the internet has been guessing. Now, I can finally reveal what it is. This product is one that we spend most of our time with, our main gateway to the web, and to making connections with others. We're incredibly excited to announce that, surprise, surprise, we will be launching a smartphone, the Nothing Phone 1.
At the end of the March 2022, the brand officially unveils that they are going to deliver what the community wants, that is nothing but a smartphone. And this was a time when the hype is getting started. And to increase the hype, Nothing did a lot. Number 1, first and most important, the Nothing brand showed the people the entire process of making the phone via their YouTube channel. And very important to have a continuous hype, the company reveals step by step various components of a phone instead of showing it directly in a first go. The brand was also partnered with some of the YouTubers to do a kind of marketing / awareness / hype. The unique selling point of phone was its complete minimal transparent design, which people saw for the first time in the smartphone industry, and the backlights also. The backlights can be used as a torch / flashlight / mini ring light, which the company called as a glyph interface. Now, in the market, Nothing word is communicating much more than what it was not before the launch of Year 1. People were tweeting about it as the new OnePlus. However, there were some critics about this phone. The design was similar to the iPhone with respect of aluminum side, camera placement and overall size of the phone. As earlier mentioned, people were talking about since it is a startup, it's hard to say about the after sales services. The charger was not in the box. Okay, here the company went for the wireless and reverse charging instead of putting the charger in the box, so now the consumer need to pay rupees 1,500 extra for having the charger. And yes, there was no case to protect the phone in the box. In July 2022, the company made an official launch of Nothing Phone 1, and the pricing was in India is as follows. For 12GB RAM plus 256GB storage, the price was 38,000. For 8GB RAM plus 256 storage, the price was 35,000. For 8GB RAM and 128 storage, that is nothing but the basic variant, the price was 32,000. It's okay. At last, Phone 1 is a premium mid-range smartphone, so people were expecting that the price range might be between 28k to 32k. However, no charger was a surprise because now the total price will comprise the Phone 1 price plus charger price. Okay, now that leads to our part 6, that is nothing but the competition. The Nothing Phone 1 stand out from others due to following factors. Number 1, transparent design. Number 2, glyph interface. Number 3, Nothing OS based on minimal stock Android like the Oxygen OS in the case of OnePlus. And this made the Nothing phone as the most talked about gadget of the year 2022. As far as the competition is concerned, I think Google Pixel 6a is the best competitor due to the following factors. The Google Pixel 6a price will be in the same range similar to the Nothing Phone 1. The Google Pixel series is known for its best camera software optimization, and lastly it is a mid-range premium smartphone. And that leads to our part 7, the controversy which put the fire on the Twitter. Just after the launch, people went crazy on Twitter and hashtag boycott Nothing along with the hashtag Dear Nothing was trending. Here is the video of the channel name called as Prasad Tech in Telugu.
బాక్స్ వచ్చినట్టుంది, బాగా ఎక్సైటింగ్ ఉన్నారా అందరూ? ఈ రోజు నథింగ్ ఫోన్ లాంచ్ అవ్వబోతుంది. ఏముంది బాక్స్ ఓపెన్ చేసి చూద్దామా? మళ్ళీ లోపల నథింగ్ కార్డ్ లాగా ఉంది. మెసేజ్ పంపించారు ఏదో. హాయ్ ప్రసాద్, దిస్ డివైస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఫర్ సౌత్ ఇండియన్ పీపుల్.
Now, I will tell you the story in short. Firstly, Nothing Phone 1 is manufactured in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. However, the brand has sent the review units only to the top tech creators in India. And this heated the sentiments of the South Indian creators cause they were thinking to have the review unit since the phone itself is being manufactured in their own state. The video shows a letter which says that the device is not for South Indian people. And as usual, people thought that this is an official communication from Nothing itself, which led to hashtag boycott Nothing and hashtag Dear Nothing on Twitter. However, after seeing the Twitter trends, the creator commented on his own video that the communication is not from nothing. Along with that, he also made a tweet on the next day to clarify the things, and here is the response on this by the Nothing. Okay, that leads to the last part of the video, which is very important. That is part number 8, resources. I had put all the articles, videos, study materials which I have used in my video and will be helpful to you guys to understand the case study. Okay, that's it for the video. If you have any queries, put it in the comment section, and yes, don't forget to like this and share to beat the YouTube algorithm. Till then, bye bye.